We got to turn down Sister Christian. Who knows what'll happen if we don't?
Remember saying it?
No, I don't want you to sing it. Can I tag this? Yes, I want to tag this guy again. Ugh.
What are they saying?
Huh?
What is that word right there? Motoring.
Motorboating.
It's the Wake Up Call with Phil Quinn, brought to you by Phillips Drugs on Richmond's Classic Hits, 101.7 The Point.
All right, thanks for being a part of the Wake Up Call. We are brought to you by Phillips Drugs, your good neighbor pharmacy. It is 6:43. Jeff Lane is here. I've got some personal stuff I want to talk to you about. I had this meeting yesterday at the Depot District, so we'll do that here in just a second. I need to turn your headphones on there. Sorry, sir.
There we go.
There, you should be able to hear it now. All right, so we'll get to the headlines first, and then we'll save some time at the end here.
All right, lots going on. Some pretty interesting stuff, including iLearn results that have been released in conjunction.
I think it should be called I Don't Learn.
Well, maybe. In conjunction with that, the Richmond Community School System releasing a statement about that. In essence, Todd Terrell joining other superintendents statewide, calling on legislators to review the practice of evaluating students and teachers based on standardized test scores. A lot of people complaining about this iLearn situation, and that's all.
No one disagrees with the philosophy that you've got to somehow figure out how to make sure that kids have learned what they're supposed to learn before they leave and go to the next grade. We have to do that. If you know, should legislators be in charge of making the test? No, but everybody wants to make sure that they are doing a good job educating in the classroom, because you don't want the bad teachers to continue to move on. You want the teachers that are getting the job done to move on. So that's why you associate it with tenure and wages and all that sort of stuff. But it seems like nothing they do is satisfactory. To just keep getting it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I think the problems with iStep, that goes back 10 years, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems like on the surface and without knowing a lot about it, it seems like it just should be a lot easier than what it has been over the last decade.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know where the fix is.
Yeah.
But you got to have a test, and that test has got to mean something. So, I don't know. Maybe we should test legislators.
People would be on board with that. A lot of people are wondering, is it not closed for good? Talking about Richmond's Tim Hortons store.
Oh, come on. It's good. It's gone.
I do too, but as soon as I say that, then some corporate knucklehead's going to call me up and say, hey. But there is for sure a sign on the door that says the store is closed.
They were closing in the afternoon, like they were closing at 2 o'clock.
And that's been one of the big complaints.
Yeah, why do you close it? Yeah, why do you want to close an hour before a big influx of people walk by your store? All these kids are walking out and they're all drinking coffee.
Yeah, and you know what was weird is that, remember, I don't know how long ago this was, a year or two ago, there was a sign on the door that says closed due to construction, and there was construction nowhere near that store.
Right.
Well, I guess maybe across the bridge if you consider that near.
Right.
Anyway, we'll see if we get an official statement
And
today.
it's a corporate-owned store, right? Nobody local.
Yeah, and I'm not holding my breath that we'll even hear anything.
Yeah, really.
An interesting update in the Denise Flum case. This is in Fayette County. If you don't know who she is, she's the girl who went missing back in 1986. She was a teenager back then. It is getting really, really close now. Sheriff Laughlin telling the News Examiner this week that there is now probable cause for an arrest, just tying up a couple loose ends. A new witness apparently has come forward and provided a lot of details. Laughlin, for the first time, said that she was murdered. Her body's not been located despite numerous searches.
Okay.
Let's see. A settlement of a criminal case yesterday that was fairly high profile. You probably remember a couple years ago, the Centerville area guy went missing, was later found murdered just off of I-70. The first of 4 defendants in that case had his case resolved yesterday. 32-year-old Jesse Boggs had a murder charge dropped in exchange for a guilty plea to lesser charges. He will be sentenced to more than 17 years in prison. The other 3 guys still waiting on their criminal cases to be settled. The first of those trials is scheduled for next month. Let's see, what else? Oh, this is good news for Winchester and Randolph County. The Vision Business Park officially designated yesterday as an Indiana Site Certified Gold. That's
All right.
That's kind of a big deal to site selectors and others who may be interested in putting a potential manufacturing entity on that site. It's a 62-acre site that's located along US 27 there near Winchester.
Fingers crossed, they could always use some more workers up there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or opportunities to work.
Yep, and let's end on this one. Back to Connorsville we go. Surveillance images of a jewelry thief released yesterday. And I bring this up because this guy is so unique looking. I told the other guys that he's a one-man tribute to 80s pop music. He's got a square chin that looks just like Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
He's got a Freddie Mercury mustache.
Ooh.
And he's wearing a red hat backwards, or possibly a raspberry beret.
Oh.
The kind you find in a secondhand store.
That's right. That's where the only place they put raspberry berets. Our
But you
question.
gotta check it out. I'll have it on the website shortly.
All right, so check it out.
And Twitter.
That's right. Jeff_Lane News. Our question of the day, we want to know if you had to name your first child after your first car, what would it be?
Oh, this would be so cool because the name would be preceded with the word "the." You know, kind of like the Edge.
Yeah.
It would be the Rig.
The Rig.
I don't even remember the make and model,
Uh-oh. That can't be good.
but we
Yeah.
called it the Rig.
Neither one of my kids want to be named Buick or Skylark. So, but we've had...
Skylark, that's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, there are some Skylarks out there. Skylers, I guess. We've had Celica, Silverado, Yugo. I mean, just about every make and model. What I didn't want Hummer either. I didn't want that.
No, that's no good.
That's no good. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this while we have a couple minutes. And for those joining us on Facebook, yesterday morning I was at the Depot District meeting. And I got there late, and they were already going around the room doing their business updates. And it's a packed house. And there's a lot of retail and food service people that are at these meetings. I mean, there's, some organizations, nonprofits too. But if I heard it once, I heard it 4 times. That the lack of workers available to do what is basically cashier register food service work is so bad. Finding people is so hard. They may have to reduce operating hours and or close for certain days, and in one particular business, the season.
Wow.
And if the Depot District isn't the hottest thing in East Central Indiana, tell me what is. What's going on in Connorsville or Newcastle or Eden, Ohio or Winchester, that is as big and as collaborative and as a buzz as the Depot District? I don't know that there is one. And if those businesses are having problems, it's not because there's not ample customers. It's that they can't find help. And I'm very concerned that we either need to fund a program, we either need to figure out how we can get more people either start promoting or involving work ethic into some young people, or we need to figure out how to increase some wages. I don't know if it's a wage issue. So I ask you this because you're a small business owner. I hear this all the time, and I think you experience it too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's a constant search and a constant struggle, and I think the real challenge for us is maintaining prices that are competitive, because while increasing our pay rate, because we've had to do that dramatically over the last couple of years. I mean, dramatically.
Are there still places paying $10 an hour? I don't think there's anybody, even in food service or retail, that's doing, unless you have tips, right? I mean, people are paying more than that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, but if the Depot District doesn't have all of those retail shops and food businesses, if they're not open all the time, then we lose those tourism dollars. And I think that that's a real issue. And I don't know that increasing wages gets you the type of employee you need, but I think it's lack of work ethic, a lack of us as parents telling our kids, no, you need to go get a job. You need to go work weekends. You need to pull something from after school if you want money. And we need to figure out as a community how to fix that problem, because we're not going to get an influx of people moving here. We're just not.
No, and it's soft skills. That's what we've talked about
Yeah.
for a long time. Also, is some of the people that come into our store to put in applications, it is just pitiful. It
And
is really, really pitiful.
Yeah, don't drop off a resume unless you're ready to look the part, right? I mean, I tell people, when people ask me, how should I dress for an interview? One step above what the normal attire requires. So if you can wear shirts and shorts at the pizza place, then wear some khakis and a button-up shirt. Your chances of getting a job are so much higher.
Yeah.
Just look, and then why do people show up 5 minutes before their shift starts? That's not on time. You're supposed to start working right at the time. Not, you got to get there early, and people don't get it.
No.
How do we fix that?
If I knew that, I don't know.
We need help, and we need Richmond Community Schools. We need our schools that have teenagers to figure out, either we need to go in as businesses and say, look, you're not going to make it unless you have a work ethic. I don't care that you know geometry. That doesn't matter to me. Brushing your teeth, combing your hair, and being at work 15 minutes early,
Yeah.
that's what it takes.
Right, but you don't learn that in school. You learn that at home, and so
No, they're not learning at home.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You need to learn that at home. You can tell. It's obvious who has been instilled with those kind of values and who has not. And
I am very scared that if we don't fix this, that we are going to be in a spot where we say, well, remember when Richmond was? And that's bothers me a great deal. All right, that's heavy. Sorry about that. All right. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Want to know your business with Biz Briefs on 10.
All right, gang. Thank you so much for watching. I haven't seen all of the comments, but I certainly will take a look at those when we get done. So we're going to be talking about Ripcord. That is a very, very funny play that's coming to RCT. We've got that coming up next hour. Also, one of my favorite events of the year is the Pottery Palooza event that Richmond Art Museum does. Lance Crow is going to be in studio to talk to us about that. If you haven't downloaded the podcast, please do. 1017thepoint.com. We're also on Spotify and Stitcher and Apple Podcasts, so you can get that there. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. I wish I could see the comments a little bit more interactively, but I get on my soapbox here, and then that's it. We lose it. So thanks again. We appreciate it. Bye now.